all along in public media, right, I was always under the impression that Malaysia forced us out. Apparently, in Lee Kuan Yew's memoir in 1994, it was the first time he discovered that we were the first one to propose the idea of a separation. Okay, so what happened was that, that...
So it wasn't Malaysia that kicked us out. It's like we wanted to zao.
Okay. So this is the whole context. Welcome to the Lao Jiaos Podcast. This is where we bring you unfiltered and unapologetic take on the news, current affairs, and all the things people pretend to understand. I'm your host, Jin Yong, and with me is fellow Lao Jiao back from the land of the sun, Ten Yang. How
Rising
are you doing?
Sun. Wrong music. I'm good, dude. I'm good. Temperature. I left Narita when it was 6 degrees. Lovely weather.
That's damn
60.
cold, bro.
Yeah, no. You wait. I'll have more. And then when I landed back in Singapore, it was 26 degrees. The moment I stepped off the aircraft onto the aero bridge, the humidity and the heat hit me. I was like, shit lah. You know, every Singaporean, when the heat and humidity hits you, you'll go like, shit. Yeah.
It's very hot and sticky lah.
Yeah, and then yesterday, because all my bus apps are still like running and stuff. So especially yesterday, Friday, when I was still in Tokyo, I kept getting notifications of like the flooding or something at the East Coast side. Yeah, like my bus app kept pinging, constantly. And then the NEA app also like for this past week has like been non-stop. NEA was like heavy rain. I'm like, I actually experienced slight tremors from an earthquake earlier this week.
Oh yes, the 7.2 magnitude one, right?
Yeah, the 7.6 I think.
Osaka?
But it was all the way all the way up north, I think closer to Hokkaido side.
Oh, okay, Hokkaido,
But somehow the tremors traveled all the way to Tokyo lah. So I think it was like Monday or Tuesday. I was actually lying on my bed in my hotel after a long day, so just tired. So I was just using my tablet, surfing, YouTube and stuff. Then suddenly I just felt my bed like shaking. Then I was like, why is there like clinking noises? And I was actually more annoyed than worried. Then after that, I was like, why is the bed keep on shaking? Why my hanger keep making so much noise? Then I was like, don't tell me earthquake. That's Japan, ma.
Yeah.
Then I went out to my mom's room was next door to me. So I knocked on the room. It's like, do you feel this? Then I called my uncle. Do you feel this? It's like, yeah. Because before it we were drinking. So we thought like, drink too much already. And I said, the whole room spinning. And so I went to my sister's room with her boyfriend. And I asked, hey, it's like, do you guys feel this? So my sister's boyfriend was like, yeah. My earthquake app said, Tokyo, you feel like 3.1 on the Richter scale, kind of like tremors. Like, okay. So 3.1 to Japanese is like, regular Tuesday. Oh, it was Monday, like, because I made the Tuesday joke. Yeah. So it's like regular Tuesday for the Japanese, to be honest.
But while you were in Japan, right, actually, the SEA Games started, I think, about a week ago.
Yeah.
Do you
Shanti
keep up with
Pereira.
the SEA Games? Yeah.
I mean, Telegram, I have CNA, I have Straight Times, I have Mothership, the channels. So yeah, I mean, the Taekwondo, Loki and Yu unfortunately knocked out. Shanti Pereira retained her title. Who else? Then quite a few others also.
I think the surprising thing was we actually medaled in triple jump. Long jump as well.
That was the first one in 30 years or something, right? Yeah, that one.
Yeah, so quite interesting that we medaled in athletics and then we medaled in I think karate.
Oh yeah, karate also. I think first time in a long time.
Yeah, jiu-jitsu, we medaled Jet Tan, 19-year-old or 17-year-old only. He also medaled, he got gold.
Oh.
Yeah. I think the shout out I want to make is to our previous guest on Kopi Bros, Kwa Ting Wen. So as of today, 13 December as we record, she has matched Jocelyn Yeo's 62 medal count to be on par as the most medal athlete in Singapore.
62 medals. Jocelyn Yeo got 62 medals.
Yes. And Jocelyn Yeo retired at 28. Now she only needs one more and then she can be called the swim queen.
But she was quite upset the other day when she got third, right? In
the one is her
sister. Sister Kwa
Ting Wen. Yeah.
So I get very confused. I'm very sorry.
She got third in her pet event. She had, if I'm not wrong, she won gold 5 consecutive SEA Games or 4 consecutive SEA Games. And this was the first time she didn't get gold.
But the Kwa siblings are terrific.
Yeah. The brother won a silver or gold in an individual event. Then I think the 4x100, the men's medley event, Singapore won gold also.
Props to these swimmers, man. Like seriously, I go into the pool, I start swimming, I get punched like within like.
I think our size we sink before we start swimming first.
No, you will sink. I float. I'm naturally buoyant. I'm naturally
Okay, sure. As the SEA Games progress, good luck to all the athletes, and I'm really quite encouraged by the number of like first debutants getting medals and then trying their best, and then we are even getting medal in like athletics, things that I didn't expect us to have done well in lah. So I think it's quite an encouraging sign. We shall move on to our segment of the week. I'll be covering the segment of the week. Okay, so I wanted to ask Ten Yang, did you hear about this keyword called albatross recently in the media?
Yeah, I think I may have just, before we record this, I may have just seen like a video or an article about it. I think it's something to do with the Singapore, the independence from 1965.
Exactly, very good.
But here's the thing, I'm a golfer. So when you tell me albatross, it basically means you sink the ball in 2 strokes on a par 5.
Exactly.
So that's the difference. It's like, that's just me.
So basically, it's called albatross because I think there is an English saying called albatross on the neck. It's meant to mean like a burden or like something very heavy that's begging you down. Okay, so basically, Ten Yang, you're right. Albatross, this thing is a series of declassified documents about Singapore's separation from Malaysia from 1964 all the way until 1965. And then recently, they have not only compiled these documents into a book, they have also compiled this and made it into an exhibition at National Library Board. Recently, I watched a short clip of an interview done by CNA together with one of the contributors for the book called Janadas Devan. He said that all along in public media, right, I was always under the impression that Malaysia forced us out. Apparently, in Lee Kuan Yew's memoir in 1994, it was the first time he discovered that we were the first one to propose the idea of a separation. Okay, so what happened was that
Wait. So it wasn't Malaysia that kicked us out. It's like we wanted to zao.
Okay. So this is the whole context. So of course tensions were really rising, and then there were brushes, there were fingers pointing, all these things, right? But in 1964, when a meeting was to be held between both representatives on both sides, that means Tun Razak on Malaysia's side, Dr. Goh Keng Swee, which was our then DPM, to represent Singapore, Lee Kuan Yew signed off on a authorization letter to say that you can talk about the redrawing of boundaries. Okay, end of story. There wasn't any talk about separation. There wasn't any. That wasn't supposed to be on the agenda. People speculate that from the oral history being recorded, right, he felt that the Malaysians wanted a separation, so he actually brought it up on the table for discussion for the very first time. Okay, and then of course one thing led to another. A separation happened, and then no one knew that he was the first one to bring it up until Lee Kuan Yew wrote his memoir in 1994, and then he did some fact checking, and then he went to ask Dr. Goh like, "Hey, I wanted to like corroborate this story. Are you the first one to bring it up?" Then Dr. Goh go read his own notes and his own oral history. Then he realized, actually you're right. It seems that I was the first one to bring it up. In his manuscript edits, right, he actually noted that it was in 1994 when he was reading through his memoir and edit that he realized that we were the first one to bring this idea up. Okay, so this to me is a very interesting and shocking fact, and I believe that there will be more shocking facts in the Albatross exhibition, or if you are into books, you can buy the book that is published by SPH Media.
This is a complete 360 of everything that we've known, we've been taught, we've been told since like the beginning of the beginning of time.
Exactly. Yeah. Because for so many times, man, right, you see all the documentaries, people keep telling you that we were forced out, there was a lot of quarrels, this kind of thing, turbulence, whatever. But okay, now it's like, it's not so simple. There's a lot of underlying current, there's a lot of this and that. And it was also the first time I realized actually even ministers, sometimes things get lost between them in communication.
I don't know if you know this. Remember, we have like a currency like equivalent agreement with Brunei, right?
Yes.
You do know that that it was also offered to Malaysia?
That I don't know.
Yeah. This whole currency equivalent thing, I remember I read about it before. This was also offered to Malaysia. Like it would peg all 3 countries our currency equivalent. Malaysia was like, no, thank you. And today, what's the rate today? 3.17. Went down a bit. Yeah, went down unfortunately. But
they are in a very strong spot compared to the past few years. Yeah, but we shall see.
3.17. But it's okay. Still 1:3. So
before we get into our episode, a word from our sponsor. This week's episode is brought to you by our friends at SGWatchHub, your one-stop platform for all things watches in Singapore. Whether you're buying, selling, or just obsessed with timepieces, SGWatchHub connects you to sellers, retailers, and further collectors so you can find that perfect watch for your wrist. And it's not just a marketplace. They also offer a full range of watch services from repairs and polishing to strap replacement, protective films, watch winders, and even authentication. Everything your watch could ever need, all in one place.
They also work with amazing brand partners, including Ken Hall Watch, a Singapore watch brand founded in 2015 and known for their small batch, beautifully designed watches with clean styling and solid craftsmanship. Their watches are designed here in Singapore and available online with worldwide shipping.
And here's the really exciting part. This festive season, SG WatchHub and Ken Hall are teaming up to give one lucky Chit Chatter listener the chance to win a Ken Hall The Garden steel bracelet watch. Featuring an olive green dial inspired by Singapore's greenery, a stainless steel bracelet, and a reliable Japanese automatic movement.
So, to take part, just head over to our Instagram page and follow the instructions in our pin reel to join the giveaway. So if you love watches as much as we do, check out sgwatchhub.sg and join the community. SG WatchHub, bringing the world of watches to your fingertips. Thank you so very much to SG WatchHub for sponsoring this episode.
And now, back to our episode. Okay, so our very, very first news, I think if you're a Singaporean, you will have heard about this. Not only it happened, and then people talk about it, and then people talk about it again, even minister even talk about it. It was about the closure of the Animal Lovers Link. And then not only it closed, I think they owed a lot of months of payment in rent. Okay, and then of course they also had a lot of issues in terms of past complaints about them mistreating animals and whatnot. But I think Minister K. Shanmugam actually stepped up and said that yes, some of the things they done could have been done better, but he's asking for people to understand and be more empathetic towards their plight lah. So I wanted to ask Tan Yang, what was your first reaction when you heard about this news?
My family has a hamster, very cute, although it has quite a large tumor. Friends, dogs, and everything else. So to hear that, what is supposed to be animal welfare center is like in pretty much decrepit shape was sad lah. But unfortunately, the reality of this, all these things, it needs a lot of money. It needs a shitload of money to run, to operate, just to, pay the people who work there, I guess. I mean, talk is cheap lah. I mean, your people can comment, can criticize, can whatever. But, have you guys ever went down to, cleaning up after the animals, after they defecate, they're sick, so on and so forth. One of my uni friends also, they are volunteers at a dog shelter, if I might be not wrong. Then I think recently one of the dogs he's really close to passed away, unfortunately. And it really affected him. It really, really affected him. So he actually got a tattoo of the dog's paw to remember the dog.
So I think you really touched on one of my biggest pet peeve about I think work, about people in general, is that everyone is so quick to say, hey, this one not acceptable lah, things have to change lah, government have to do something. Then like you're everybody can say, because you're all like, you're not part of this. The person running the thing and the staff inside are the ones doing all the dirty work, putting their time and effort. But like just see that, oh, this one something wrong, then we just go and whack like that. Then like to me it's like, if you have the time to go whack, right, then you have the time to donate or like pull for donations, help them by volunteering your time, then this wouldn't have happened. This is my biggest pet peeve when people like just everything go wrong, we like to take the higher ground and say this one is wrong. Government need to stand in. Where's the law? This kind of thing. Yeah.
Easy to take high ground.
Correct. But
we actually go down and do work.
Exactly. Yeah. But we have to understand that the people actually doing the work and the leg work, this is not an easy thing. And to see that, now they cannot bash, and then even the minister have to stand out to sort of like try to deflect some of the pressure off them, right? I just think that it's a very, very sad thing lah.
I mean, you guys want a taste of all this volunteering, like the nitty gritty, that kind of stuff. You just go and find one of these volunteer groups.
I tell you.
But yeah, just give it a shot, guys. Try your hand at volunteering, or just you'll see a different side of Singapore that it's hidden, but it's there.
Animal Lovers League is no longer around. What are some of the other, let's say, animal shelters or animal NGOs that we can support and actually go and support instead of like just saying like, oh, this is wrong, this is whatever? Because talk is cheap, but if you really want to make a difference, or if you really don't want to see all these animals suffer, then you have to be part of the solution, not part of the chit chat only, to me. Okay, so that concludes our first news. The second news, a Bedok fish soup store owner actually took over a coffee shop for 30K, and then he lowered rent by 30% to attract new vendors, and as a result, everyone's business flourished. Okay, so I think this is very different from what we hear about coffee shops and rising rental and all the coffee shop people complaining that cannot bo pian, now everything we have to sell $5, $6. There's no like hawker center prices anymore. And then we as consumers, we have to pay that price also. But then again, now you hear this kind of people taking over and say, we're going to lower rent. We want people to come in, and then we want variety, and then consumers can come and then buy the food at cheaper price, but because they sell more, then it's a good business for everybody lah.
First of all, I want to ask, where is this coffee shop and how did he take it over for $30,000?
Okay, so he's not the main guy. Okay, he already has a store, so he ran over the next 2 stores, and then he like so-called become the main tenant. Then he sub. As in he's the main guy renting, then he rent it out lah. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I'm like, wow, 30,000 for a coffee shop. That's exceedingly cheap. I mean, it's unfortunate, that all these coffee shops, the price always, there's always like some news every now and then. It's like, coffee shop sold for XXX million.
Yes.
Like, people are like, wow, that's a lot for a coffee shop, bro. And then because the new guy paid like say X amount for the coffee shop and new coffee shop, so he's gonna have to charge like Y prices for all the stores. So it's like, I think there should be a market cap to all this, like in terms of like rental and stuff, because after all, coffee shops and hawker centers, we are meant to they're meant to feed the people. They're not meant to, be like some commodity you trade like stocks like that.
Unfortunately, I don't think the Jinghu is doing enough to control the coffee shop market. As a hawker center, they can still sort of control, although they have recently seemed they are leaning towards like we just ask external company come bid and then manage hawker centers as well. I mean, yes, there's a market rate. Okay, I can't control and say that you have to rent this out at lower than market rate. If everybody says I want to rent it out or buy it at market rate, then this thing will just keep going higher and higher. It's like housing prices ma. At the end, the only person that benefit from all this is the tenant and the people that can sell good food. Then all the consumers that need to buy, or sometimes because we just live in the proximity, we don't want to go so far to have food. You want to save money also cannot save. Then in the end, everybody will end up cooking at home only.
No, this is the whole point of a coffee shop, but it's to serve the people in the proximity.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're just lazy, you want to go downstairs and buy your shit, that kind of thing. Unfortunately, I don't have that in my neighborhood lah. So then also here comes the thing. If government comes in and then says, we're going to start controlling the rentals also on coffee shops, even though these are like private entities, and everything run by private companies, they're not NEA run hawker centers, then people are like, why is the government doing this? There's like government overreach and everything. Government is always like this, trying to, Jinghu always trying to control every aspect of our lives, Jinghu is damn if you do, damn if you don't lah.
I think this is one of the rare few things that I really hope that by the time I'm at the retirement age, right, the prices don't go out until like ridiculous lah. Not like, can you imagine like next time we go coffee shop, but minimum price you have to pay for something like a meal is $10, then it's like what the fuck? Then I might as well cook at home. Like
all these like core items are like our chicken rice, our fish ball, our fish ball noodle, our nasi lemak. I don't want to like pay like exorbitant amounts for it also. I think that's
don't make sense.
The whole point of the hawker center and coffee shop, that kind of thing.
Let's move on to the third piece of news, which is that a man was seen punching and kicking a bar staff over the price of a bottled water, which is $2.50. And then the poor staff, the face bloodied, had to be sent to the hospital. A restaurant called the police. The police came, right, talked to the man and then asked the man go home. So far, there's no legal repercussions yet lah.
Like seriously, hit the fella until the staff until bloody and then still not arrested. This is clear cut assault,
Yeah, the police just say under investigation. The manager was very smart. He or she didn't comment too much. We will cooperate with the police investigation, but we hope that justice can be served lah. Like that only. Apparently, right, the man this is not the first time in the bar. Some of the staff actually remembered him, and he's always getting into like quarrels, arguments with like either another table or like creating a lot of noise or whatever lah.
I know it's not allowed in Singapore, but sometimes I think there should be provisions allowed for people to carry pepper spray.
Oh yes, understand.
Because in these instances, it would be really useful.
My proposed solution more haram. Okay, I feel that bars and restaurants, okay, maybe not restaurants, bars where places where people will get drunk and create trouble one, right? They should have a system like casinos, means that they should have a list of banned people from going in. If you like create trouble in bars and whatnot, I think the establishment should have the right to apply for restraining order or say that you cannot step within these premises.
You call it haram, I call it halal, because no one's actually getting hurt.
I feel that this is the best way or best non-violent way that we can sort of prevent this thing from happening. If not, as a staff, right, can you imagine like this guy under investigation, nothing being done yet. And then next week he comes and then drink at the bar. And then I fear for my life. What if later I give him cocktail, I say $18, then he don't want to pay, then he whack me how?
No, therein lies the problem, because casino, it's regulated entry.
Yes,
the bars,
exactly.
there are so many of them in Singapore. So like, how am I going to check? I mean, if you go to like a nightclub or something like Zoop, so like all these places you can check ID, maybe you can run it through a system. Okay, you can don't enter. But bars is like, I don't really think they have the manpower or the fucks to give to go and check to go and check ID. You know, like every person's who's a paying customer is money for the bar. Alcohol isn't cheap in Singapore. Neither is rental, bro. One way. Just have like big posters like persona non grata, that kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
And then actively encourage patrons like, hey, if you see something not right, step up and do something about it, lah. Like defend the thing. Honestly, I feel like sometimes Singaporeans shouldn't be afraid to step up. It's like this kind of thing. You see a person hitting the wait staff, hit back, lah.
Or pull him away.
I don't know. Okay, I don't know if this is legal to hit back. I don't know if you can claim like self-defense, or should also be involved in like the whole assault or battery thing. But if you're defending someone, I feel that it shouldn't be an issue to hit back. You are not actually physically using force to harm the guy. You are just, you are just restraining him. I would say I believe that's fine. Therein lies the problem, lah.
Yeah.
It's a very grey area, lah. So
okay, so I think that wraps up our 3 news. Okay, and then before we end the podcast, always Ten Yang's favorite round is the round of quick fire news for the Alamak meter. So just rank them smart, dumb, or plain Alamak before you start dissecting the news. Okay, so the first news is a woman in the Philippines was seen rescuing her dogs in the fire before she escaped the fire herself.
Actually, I saw that video. Wow, she actually threw the dogs to the rescuers.
Correct.
And then she
herself,
she herself, the way she got down, the ladder couldn't really reach up to her.
Yeah.
So they had to like jerry rig like a couple other ladders to get to her. I was like, at that point, I'm like, holy shit, dude! Just open up like the inflatable pack beneath for me. I'm just gonna jump off myself, that kind of thing. Like, wow, the way they rigged the ladder to get to her was like mega sketch, But she got out, lah. Thankfully, safe, lah. Parents, they will do anything and everything for their kids.
Okay, so I think we can classify this news as smart from the perspective that she is actually very caring for her own pets, lah. 3 men in China, right, to pass off their facial recognition, right, they actually printed the picture on the A4 paper, and then one friend just used that and scan and then pass to register that they went to work already. Smart, dumb, or plain Alamak?
It's smart until you get caught.
Yes.
Smart but dumb. But honestly, that is something I would do.
I find it very stupid that the thing is there, right? You know that you're not doing the right thing. You scan like that, then CCTV on top capture them doing this.
Yeah. It's smart until you get caught by CCTV.
It's like Poly or JC go class. You help me tap. I don't want to go.
Yeah lah. Last time SIM also, all our lessons we had to tap in attendance bar, so we tap our card.
Yeah.
So like, I don't want to go for lesson. I just pass friend the card. It's like, hey, power tap.
Okay, the third news. This one is even, I don't know what to say. A China tourist traveling to Japan, right? He said he want to avoid trouble, so he took a passport cover, right, that's printed with the Taiwanese passport cover, and then wrap it over his China passport to pass customs. And then this somehow made it online.
I saw this actually happened. This news actually came out when I was in Japan. I saw it. I laughed so hard because a couple of friends also sent me this shit.
Saying that this news is just plain Alamak lah. Alright, that was our Lao Jiaos Podcast. If you enjoyed the episode, please remember to like and subscribe. If the episode comes out every Friday, at the same time, if you're on the football with the Football Kaki, the drops every Wednesday, and our Kopi Bro show where we interview fun and amazing guests from around Singapore every Monday. Now, we hope that everyone has a great week ahead. But remember,
we don't always talk cock.
But sometimes we do.
Ow, ow, ow.